a few years, this is about a decade ago, I was amongst a committee of 3 that were the scientific advisors to the Dead Sea Preservation Company, a government company designed to deal with the problem of the the Dead Sea. Unfortunately, it used to be one big single body of water. Now it's divided into 2 basins or 2 different bodies of water. In the southern basin, unlike the northern, which is dropping at an alarming rate of over a meter a year, it's increasing in height every year. And that's because the process of mining the phosphates there involves evaporation. So what happened is that they bring in these in the evaporation pools, they evaporate the water, and they extract the phosphates, but they move it up every time because some of the salts are left there. So there was when they finished that, and so it gets up higher and higher. And so we were having to make a decision about what is the best way to make something a little more sustainable. And so there was the choice of either we could throw the hotels up very, very high up in the hills and destroy them all. We could make a lagoon. And we said, no, you have to mine the salt. And they do that. And that was the expensive solution, which we pushed in. But I tell you all that to say that the system of mining phosphates, which involves evaporation pools, didn't change. And so bringing all that water from the northern Dead Sea down to the south contributes to about 15% of the overall loss of water in the Dead Sea. Now, that's not the majority, but it is definitely exacerbating a very, very important problem. And I think it is on our watch that the Dead Sea is disappearing, and the Israeli government and public haven't recognized, I think, they're accountable for this. And our grandchildren said, you had this remarkable resource, the lowest place on earth. What the hell did you do to stop this? Because it's our human mismanagement which is creating this new Aral Sea in the middle of the Middle East.
Is it reversible? Can we repair it?
Of course, it's reversible, sort of. In other words, if you're a purist, you're never going to bring it back the way it was. But I believe that, unfortunately, Israel's the kind of country, because it's so crowded, and it carries the footprint. The humans walked around here, 10,000 years ago. You go to the caves out there near Oshain, you can see amazing things. So the point is that people have been here a long time, and we're never going to put it back exactly as it was. So yes, if we took the water from the Red Sea and carried it up to the Dead Sea, there's a plan that...
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to ask. I didn't.
So if you do that, you're bringing water which is different.
Wait, hold on. Let's explain what you're talking about. So the Dead Sea is the lowest place on earth. So the Red Sea, the most southern tip of Israel, there's a city, there's Eilat. What they basically want to do is make a canal easily, and gravity will do itself, and we'd be able to take water from the Red Sea, and it would feed into the Dead Sea naturally. You don't even really need any pumps, probably, sir. I'm sure you'll need something to keep things going, but
do you know who first had that idea?
Am I looking at him?
The original idea was actually not a Red Dead Canal, it was a Med Dead Canal coming from the Mediterranean.
Right.
So the Mediterranean is at sea level, the Dead Sea is about 250 meters below sea level, so you could use that height differential and create hydroelectric electricity. And that was none other than Theodor Benjamin Zev Herzl. We're celebrating the 125th anniversary of a Zionist Congress this year, so good on you, Zev Herzl. But he didn't figure out is that moving the water up the mountains to Jerusalem takes a lot of electricity, and so you can do it a lot more efficiently taking the water from the Red Sea, where it's sort of a low and steady drop to the Dead Sea. So that seems to be the more economically efficient way to do it. But the problem with that for the purists is, well, you're taking water that never was supposed to be there. Naturally, the water was fresh water from the Kinneret. Kinneret's salty, but it's not as salty as the Red Sea. So you're going to have a different chemistry in the Dead Sea as would be natural. And that's true. So what would you rather, having a little bit different chemistry, or having no freaking Dead Sea at all because it's all evaporated?